Hello, everyone. This is Ian from Stars Football Cards and More. Today, I wanted to showcase a sort of mini portion of my Hall of Famer rookie PC. One of my buddies on Instagram mentioned that he was thinking of chasing one rookie card from every member of the NFL 100th anniversary all-time team. And that got me thinking, since I have a very decent collection of Pro Football Hall of Famer rookies, I wondered how far along that I would be with that collection if I were actually chasing it. I'm not like full on hardcore chasing it yet. There's still quite a few big names that I'm missing, but I went through and I found out I actually have 101 of the 110 total members, including the coaches. So I wanted to showcase all the rookie cards that I have of those guys. Starting off with Sammy Baugh, this is my 1948 Bowman. Played from 1937 to 1952, 2 NFL championship rings, 6 Pro Bowls or NFL All-Star games, has 10 All-Pro selections, 4 first team, 6 second team, 4-time NFL passing yards leader, 2-time NFL passing touchdowns leader, 3-time passer rating leader. 1943, he led the league in defensive interceptions as a D. I believe he played DB as well. Had the 1947 NFL passing triple crown, which is leading the league in completions, passing yards, and passing touchdowns. Member of the 1940s All-Decade Team, and his number 33 is retired by the Commanders. Held the NFL records for passing yards in a season in 1940, and then again from 1947 to 1959. Held the record for career passing yards from 1943 to 1954, career passing touchdowns from 1943 to 1961, passer rating in a season in 1940 and 1945, held the record for defensive interceptions in a season from 1943 to 1947, and then held the record for career defensive interceptions from 1943 to 1948, and then he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in the inaugural class of 1963. And then next up is the first of the 9 guys who I do not have the rookie card of. Got Tom Brady. For him, I'm using my 2004 Topps from my complete set for my birth year. He played from 2000 to 2022. Obviously, 7 Super Bowl rings, 15 Pro Bowls, 6 total All-Pro selections, 3 first team, 3 second team, 4-time NFL passing yards leader, 5-time NFL passing touchdowns leader, 2-time NFL passer rating leader, 2021 passing triple crown, 2-time offensive player of the year, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 3-time AP NFL MVP, member of both the 2000s and 2010s All-Decade teams, and his number 12 was retired by the Patriots. I feel that it's pretty likely his 12 will be retired by the Buccaneers at some point as well. And then records held, he has the career passing yards and career passing touchdowns record currently. Broke the passing yards record in 2021 and the passing touchdowns record in 2020. And then he held the passing touchdowns in a season record from 2007 to 2012. Not currently eligible for the Hall of Fame yet, but he will be in 2028, where he will more than likely be inducted first ballot. So I don't have that much longer to snag a rookie card of his before they get even more expensive than they already are when he inevitably makes first ballot. And then next up is John Elway, the 1984 Topps. Played from 1983 to 1998. 2 Super Bowl rings, 9 Pro Bowls, 3 second-team All-Pro appearances, no first-team All-Pro selections, 1993 passing yards leader, Super Bowl 33 MVP, 1987 AP NFL MVP, 1990s All-Decade teams, number 7 is retired by the Broncos, and then he was inducted into the Hall of Fame the year I was born, 2004. And then next up is Packer legend Brett Favre. I don't have his 1991 Stadium Club, which many would argue is his best rookie. It's definitely the most expensive rookie out of all of his. So I'm just using my 1991 Pro set for this showcase. 1 Super Bowl ring, Super Bowl 31. 11 Pro Bowls, 6 All-Pro team selections, 3 first team, 3 second team, 2-time NFL passing yards leader, 4-time NFL passing touchdowns leader, 1995 Offensive Player of the Year, 3-time AP NFL MVP, member of the 1990s All-Decade team. His number 4 is retired by the Packers. Held the career passing yards record from 2007 to 2014 and the career passing touchdowns record from 2007 to 2013. And then he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2016. Then after that, we have Otto Graham with my 1950 Bowman. I've shared the story of me buying this card many times. As you can probably tell by now, there are no corners on the card, which is how I managed to snag this for somehow 60 bucks. Well, it was part cash, part trade. I only paid 60 bucks. Or no, I paid 90. I paid 90 bucks. It was valued at 150. It was 60 in trade value, 60 bucks in trade value plus 90 cash. But a $90 autogram rookie is definitely quite a good deal. Played from 1946 to 1955, 7 total championship rings between the AAFC and the NFL, 5 total Pro Bowls, 10 total All-Pro teams, 7 first team, 3 second team. I believe that was every year that he played, he was on an All-Pro team. 3-time AAFC passing yards leader, 2-time NFL passing yards leader, 2-time AAFC passing touchdowns leader, 1952 NFL passing touchdowns leader, 2-time NFL passer rating leader, 1952 NFL passing triple crown, 2-time AAFC MVP, 3-time NFL MVP, member of the 1950s All-Decade Team, and his number 14 is retired by the Browns. Held the record for career passing yards from 1955 to 1959. Held the record for, here's a really good one, held the single season passer rating record from 1946 to 1988. That would be 42 years he held the record for the highest passer rating in a season. And he held the career passer rating record from 1946 to 1950, then lost it, then got it back in 1960, held it until 1965, and then lost it again, but then got it back in 1970, and then held it until 82. And then he was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1965. There's one more look at the back there. That's autogram. And then next up is Peyton Manning. I don't have his Topps rookie. I don't have the Bowman. I obviously don't have the Topps Chrome or the Bowman Chrome. I think the best one that I have is this 1998 Pacific Omega. Nothing uber special about this specific card. Played from 1998 to 2015, 2 Super Bowl rings, 14 Pro Bowls, 10 All-Pro teams, 7 first team, 3 second team, 3-time NFL passing yards leader, 4-time passing touchdowns leader, 3-time passer rating leader, 2 passing triple crowns in 2000 and 2013, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl 41 MVP, 5-time AP NFL MVP, member of the 2000s All-Decade Team, and his number 18 is retired by both the Colts and the Broncos. Currently holds the record for passing yards in a season and passing touchdowns in a season. And then he also held the record for career passing yards from 2015 to 2017, the record for career passing touchdowns from 2014 to 2018, and then the record for passer rating in a season from 2004 to 2010. And then he was inducted first ballot in 2021. And then next up is one of the few graded cards that will be shown off in this video, a BGS 6.5 1984 Topps Dan Marino. That played from 1983 to 1999. As I love to remind my Dolphins fan dad, no Super Bowl rings, 9 Pro Bowls, 6 All-Pro appearances, 3 first team, 3 second team, 5-time passing yards leader, 3-time passing touchdown leader, 1984 passer rating leader. He had a passing triple crown in 3 consecutive seasons in 1984, 85, and 86. He was the 1984 Offensive Player of the Year, 1984 AP NFL MVP, and his number 13 is retired by the Dolphins. Held the records for passing yards in a season from 1984 to 2010. Held the record for career passing yards from 95 to 2006. Held the record for passing touchdowns in a season from 1984 to 2003. Held the record for career passing touchdowns from 1995 to 2006. And the record for career passer rating in 1986 and 1987. And then he was inducted first ballot in 2005. And then next up is the guy who beat him in his only Super Bowl appearance, Joe Montana. Played from 1981 Topps. He played from 1979 to 1994, which makes him technically one of the very few players from pre-1980 that Panini actually acknowledges exists, because they love to just completely ignore all the vintage players and and replace them with rookies who had a total of six snaps in a season. Looking at you, Marshawn Lloyd. Anyways, played from 1979 to 1994, 4 Super Bowl rings, 8 Pro Bowls, 5 All-Pro teams, 3 first team, 2 second team, 2-time passing touchdowns leader, 2-time passer rating leader, 1989 Offensive Player of the Year, 3-time Super Bowl MVP, 2-time AP NFL MVP, 1980s All-Decade Team, and his number 16 is retired by the 49ers. Held the record for passer rating in a season from 1989 to 1993, and the record for career passer rating from 1983 to 1985, and then again from 1988 to 1993, and then he was inducted first ballot in 2000. And then next up is Roger Staubach. Yes, I noticed that somebody drew around his eyes. My mom likes to joke that some kid gave him goth eyes. This is Roger Staubach. This is these 1972 tops. He has multiple cards in this set, but this one is his true rookie card. We have played from 1969 to 1979, 2 Super Bowl rings, 6 Pro Bowls, only 1 All-Pro appearance, second team. 1973 passing touchdowns leader, 4-time passer rating leader, Super Bowl VI MVP, member of the 1970s All-Decade Team, and he was inducted first ballot in 1985. And then next up is another pretty big rookie card in this collection. I have the 1957 Topps Johnny Unitas. As I feel is somewhat obvious, there's quite a big crease going down the middle of his face on this card, and that's how I managed to snag this for, I believe it was $145 total. This card usually goes for quite a bit more than that. At least at the time that I bought this card, it was going for quite a bit more than that. Played from 1956 to 1973, 4 total championship rings, 10 Pro Bowls, 8 All-Pro teams, 5 first team, 3 second team, 4-time passing yard leader, 4-time passing touchdowns leader, 2-time passer ratings leader, he had 2 passing triple crowns in 1959 and 1960, 3 AP NFL MVPs, member of the 1960s All-Decade Team, and his number 19 is retired by the Colts. Held the record for passing yards in a season in 1960, the career passing yards record from 1968 to 1975, record for passing touchdowns in a season from 1959 and 1960, and the career passing touchdowns record from 1967 to 1974, and he was inducted first ballot in 1979. Here's another look at the back. And then we have another one of the very big names that I do not have a rookie card of. We got Jim Brown. I don't even have any player era cards of his because all of them are like at least $40, if not more. And the only card that I have of him is this 2017 Score Reflections insert with Adrian Peterson on him. He played from 1957 to 1965, 1 NFL championship ring, 9 Pro Bowl appearances, 9 All-Pro teams, 8-time first-team All-Pro. The only season he wasn't a first-team All-Pro was 1962 when Packers legend Jim Taylor, I believe it was Packers legend Jim Taylor, sniped it from him. But other than that year, every year he played, he was a first-team All-Pro, 8-time NFL rushing yards leader, 5-time rushing touchdowns leader, 1958 scoring leader. He had 4 rushing triple crowns, leading the league in rushing attempts, rushing yards, and rushing touchdowns. Did it in 1958, 1959, 1963, and his last year in 1965 was the 1957 Rookie of the Year. 3-time AP NFL MVP, including the first AP NFL MVP award in 1957 as a rookie. A member of the 1960s All-Decade Team, and his number 32 is retired by the Browns. Held the record for rushing yards in a season from 1958 to 1972, career rushing yards from 1964 to 1983, and career rushing touchdowns from 1965 to 1986, and of course, first ballot Hall of Famer in 1971. And after that, we have Earl Campbell. This is actually the only year he had like a main card and a top set during his career was 1979 Topps. He has, I believe, 4 total cards in the set, but this one is the true rookie. Played from 1978 to 1985, no rings, 5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time first-team All-Pro, three-time rushing yards leader, two-time rushing touchdowns leader, had the 1980 rushing triple crown, 1978 offensive rookie of the year, three-time NFL offensive player of the year, 1979 AP NFL MVP, 1970s all-decade team member, and his number 34 is retired by the Titans. And then he also held the record for rushing touchdowns in a season from 1979 to 1982, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1991. And then we have our first guy that I literally do not have any cards of, and that would be Dutch Clark. I believe they called it at the time a tailback for the Portsmouth Spartans, now known as the Detroit Lions, from 1931 to 1932, took 1933 off, and then came back in 1934, played until 1938, won championship ring, 6 first-team All-Pro team nominations, 3-time rushing touchdown leader, 3-time NFL scoring leader, member of the 1930s All-Decade team, and his number 7 is retired by the Lions. And then he was part of the inaugural class of 1963. After that, we have Eric Dickerson. We have 1984 Topps. Plenty of great rookie cards in that set. Dickerson played from 1983 to 93. Had no rings, but 6 Pro Bowls and 5 first-team All-Pro nominations. 4-time NFL rushing yards leader, 1984 rushing touchdowns leader, 1983 Offensive Rookie of the Year, 1986 Offensive Player of the Year, member of the 1980s All-Decade team, and his number 29 is retired by the Rams. And then he set the rushing yards in a season record his second year and has never let go of it since then. He's had it since 1984. And then he was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1999. There's the back one more time. And then next up, a good vintage goodie. We got 1956 Topps, Lenny Moore. This is the first set that Topps made NFL cards. Lenny Moore played from 1956 to 1967. 2 NFL championship rings, 7 Pro Bowls, 7 All-Pro teams, 5 first team, 2 second team, 1964 NFL rushing touchdowns leader, also the 1964 scoring leader, the 1956 Rookie of the Year, member of the 1950s All-Decade team, and his number 24 is retired by the Colts. And then he set the rushing yards per attempt record his rookie year. He set the career rushing yards per attempt record in 1956 and then lost it the next season. And then he was inducted in 1975. And then next up we have Marion Motley. This one has just a little bit of paper loss on the front, but is no big deal. I think I paid $20 for this, so the price definitely more than made up for the very slight paper loss on the front. Played from 1946 to 1953, and then played again in 1955. 5 total championship rings between the AAFC and the NFL. Only 1 Pro Bowl appearance, 4 All-Pro teams, 2 first team, 2 second team. Was the 1948 AAFC rushing yards leader, the 1950 NFL rushing yards leader, the 1949 AAFC rushing touchdowns leader, and is a member of the 1940s All-Decade team. Had the record for career rushing yards per attempt in 1946, lost it, and then got it back in 1960 and held it until 1999 when I believe Randall Cunningham took it from him. And then he was inducted in 1968. And then next up is another one that I don't have the rookie card of, but I have the next best thing. We got Walter Payton. This is his second year card from 1977 Topps. His rookies, obviously 76 Topps. Played from 1975 to 1987. 1 Super Bowl ring, 9 Pro Bowls, 8 All-Pro teams, 5 first team, 3 second team. 1977 rushing yards leader, 1977 rushing touchdowns leader. Had the 1977 rushing triple crown, 1977 offensive player of the year, 1977 AP NFL MVP, member of both the 70s and 80s all-decade teams, and his number 34 is retired by the Bears. held the record for career rushing yards from 1984 to 2001, and the record for career rushing touchdowns from 1986 to 1995, and then was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1993. And then we got Barry Sanders. I don't have the tops traded or the score. I only have his Pro Set rookie. So that's the one I have in the display. Played from 1989 to 1998. No Super Bowl rings, but 10 Pro Bowls, 10 All-Pro teams, 6 first-team selections, 4 second-team, 4-time rushing yards leader, 1991 rushing touchdowns leader, 1989 Offensive Rookie of the Year, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 1987 AP NFL MVP, member of the 1990s All-Decade Team, and his number 20 is retired by the Lions. And then he was the first ballot Hall of Famer in 2004. Then after that, we got another vintage goodie. We got 1966 Philadelphia for Gale Sayers. There's another card of his in the set, but it's an action insert. This one's the true rookie card. Played from 1965 to 1971. No Super Bowl rings, but he has 4 Pro Bowls and 5 first-team All-Pro selections. 2-time rushing yards leader, led the league in scoring as a rookie, was the 1965 Offensive Rookie of the Year, member of the 60s All-Decade Team, and his number 40 is retired by the Bears. And then he was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1977. And then we have OJ. This is his 1970 tops. Mentioned some kid in the 70s colored in the cartoon on the back. And let's see if I can catch it in the light. They drew glasses on him. There you go. That's probably the best I'll be able to catch it on camera. But some kid in the 70s drew glasses on him. Played from 1969 to 1979. No Super Bowl rings, but 6 Pro Bowls and 5 first-team All-Pro selections. 4-time rushing yards leader, 2-time rushing touchdowns leader, 1975 scoring leader, 2 NFL rushing triple crowns in 1973 and 75, 1973 Offensive Player of the Year, 1973 AP NFL MVP, member of the 1970s All-Decade Team, held the record for rushing yards in a season from 1973 to 1983, first ballot Hall of Famer in 1985, and notorious all-around, totally, definitely great guy. Wink, wink. And then we have Emmitt Smith. We have the 1990 tops traded. This is one of the more recent pickups, probably one of the more recent pickups in this entire video. I only bought this back in, I believe, March. Played from 1990 to 2004, 3 Super Bowl rings, 8 Pro Bowls, 4-time first-team All-Pro, 4-time rushing yards leader, 3-time rushing touchdowns leader, 1995 scoring leader, 1995 rushing triple crown, 1990 Offensive Rookie of the Year, Super Bowl 28 MVP, 1993 AP NFL MVP, member of the 1990s All-Decade Team, currently holds the record for career rushing yards and career rushing touchdowns, also had the record for rushing touchdowns in a season from 1995 to 2002, and then was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2010. And then we have Steve Van Buren. This one's also 1948 Bowman. Played from 1944 to 1951. 2 NFL championship rings, 7 All-Pro selections, 5 first team, 2 second team. 4-time rushing yards leader, 4-time rushing touchdowns leader, 1945 scoring leader, 3 rushing triple crowns in 1947, 48, and 49. Member of the 1940s All-Decade Team, and his number 15 is retired by the Eagles. Held the record in career rushing yards from 1949 to 1954, rushing touchdowns in a season from 1945 to 1946, and career rushing touchdowns from 1947 to 1960, and was inducted in 1965. And then we have another one that I do not have the rookie card, but this one I at least have something that's actually interesting. I have a 2018 Panini Classics that I got signed through the mail. Absolutely beautiful signature. Lance Alworth played from 1962 to 1972. Two rings, 1 AFL championship, and then Super Bowl 6 with the Cowboys. 7 Pro Bowls or AFL All-Star games. 7 All-Pro appearances, 6 first team, 1 second team, 3-time AFL receptions leader, 3-time AFL receiving yards leader, 3-time AFL receiving touchdowns leader, had the 1966 AFL receiving triple crown, leading the league in receptions, receiving yards, and receiving touchdowns. Member of the AFL all-time team, and his number 19 is retired by the Chargers. Had the record for career yards per reception in 1965, but lost it the next year, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1978. And then next up is my 1957 Topps of Raymond Berry. There's the back. Raymond Berry played from 1955 to 1967. 2 NFL championship rings, 6 Pro Bowls, 6 All-Pro selections, 3 first team, 3 second team, 3-time receiving yards leader, 3-time receptions leader, 2-time receiving touchdowns leader, at the 1959 NFL receiving triple crown, member of the 50s All-Decade team, and his number 82 is retired by the Colts. Held the career receptions record from 1964 to 1971, and the career receiving yards record from 1966 to 1967, and I believe he was first ballot in 1973. And then we got Larry Fitzgerald. This one is also from my complete set of 2004 Topps from my birth year. He played from 2004 to 2020. No Super Bowl rings, but 11 Pro Bowls, 3 All-Pro teams, 1 first team, 2 second team, 2-time NFL receptions leader, 2-time receiving touchdowns leader, member of the 2010s All-Decade team. Not currently eligible for the Hall of Fame yet, but he will be eligible starting next year. I would have to imagine that he will be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but seeing how they did Adam Vinatieri, it's starting to look a little bit more questionable now. Hopefully Canton won't screw this up. They better not. And then next up, we have Marvin Harrison Sr., who I have not met, but I have met his son, Marvin Harrison Jr. Anyways, this is his 1996 Upper Deck. Played from 1996 to 2008. 1 Super Bowl ring, 8 Pro Bowls, 8 All-Pro teams, 3 first team, 5 second team, 2-time receptions leader, 2-time receiving yards leader, 2005 receiving touchdowns leader, member of the 2000s All-Decade team, held the record for receptions in a season from 2002 to 2018, and then was not a first ballot Hall of Famer, inducted in 2016. And then after that, we have Elroy Crazy Legs Hirsch. This is another 1950 Bowman. Played from 1946 to 1957. Only 1 NFL championship ring. 3 Pro Bowls, 2 first team All-Pro selections. 1951 receptions leader, 1951 receiving yards leader, 1951 receiving touchdowns leader, and 1951 scoring leader. So not only did he have the receiving triple crown, but he also led the league in total scoring. And is a member of the 1950s All-Decade team. And he held the record for receiving touchdowns in a season from 1951 to 1983. And then he was inducted in 1967. There's the back again. And after that, we have Packers legend Don Hutson. This is his 1955 Topps All-American. Played from 1935 to 1945, 3 NFL championship rings, 4 NFL All-Star games, 8-time All-Pro, all first team, 8-time NFL receptions leader, 7-time NFL receiving yards leader, 9-time NFL receiving touchdowns leader, 5-time NFL scoring leader, 1940 defensive interceptions leader. He had 5 receiving triple crowns in 1936, 1941, 1942, 1943, and 1944. 2-time NFL MVP, member of the 1930s All-Decade team, but somehow not a member of the 40s All-Decade team. And his number 14 is retired by the Packers. His list of records held is quite long. He had the receptions in a season record from 1936 to 1939, lost it, got it back in 1942, held it until 1948. Career receptions record from 1937 to 1962, held the receiving yards in a season record from 1936, lost it, got it back in 1939, held it until 1950. Had the career receiving yards record from 1937 to 1962. The receiving touchdowns in a season record from 1941 to 1983. The career receiving touchdowns record from 1939 until 1988. The points scored in a season record from 1941 to 1959, held the record for defensive interceptions in a season in 1940, and the career defensive interceptions record from 1940 to 1942, and was one of the inaugural inductees in 1963. And then after that, we got Steve Largent. This is 1977 Topps with a glorious, I believe that's just a wax stain on the back, quite a big wax stain. Played from 1976 to 1989, no Super Bowl rings, but 7 Pro Bowls and 5 All-Pro teams, 1 first team, 4 second team, 2-time receiving yards leader, member of the 1980s All-Decade team, and his number 80 was retired by the Seahawks. Held the record for career receptions from 1987 to 1991, career receiving yards from 1988 to 1991, and the career receiving touchdowns record from 1989 to 1991, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1995. And after that, Marshall legend Randy Moss. This is his 1998 Topps, and this is, if it'll focus, this is an original. You can't, it's not. There we go. That's probably the best I'll be able to get. It is the original. It is 1998. It's not one of the reprints. This is played from 1998 to 2010. Came back in 2012. No Super Bowl rings, but 6 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pro appearances, 5-time receiving touchdowns leader, 1998 Offensive Rookie of the Year, member of the 2000s All-Decade team. Currently holds the receiving touchdowns in a season record that he set in 2007. And was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2018. And after that, we have Jerry Rice, the true GOAT, from 1986 Topps, with those beautiful yellow backs. And then we have, he played from 1985 to 2004. 3 Super Bowl rings, 13 Pro Bowls, 11 All-Pro selections, 10 first-team All-Pro selections, 1 second-team, 2-time receptions leader, 6-time receiving yards leader, 6-time receiving touchdowns leader, 1987 scoring leader, 1990 receiving Triple Crown, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, Super Bowl 23 MVP, member of both the 1980s and 90s All-Decade teams, and his number 80 is retired by the 49ers. Currently holds the record for career receptions, career receiving yards, and career receiving touchdowns, and then held the record for receiving yards in a season from 1995 to 2011, and receiving touchdowns in a season from 1987 to 2006, and then was obviously a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2010. And then after that, we've got Buckeye legend Paul Warfield, glorious writing on the front and all. This is his 1965 Philadelphia. Played from 1964 to 1974. I believe he played a year in the World Football League in 75, but then came back to the NFL in 1976 and then 1977. Three total championship rings. 1 NFL championship with the Browns his rookie year, and then 2 Super Bowls with the Dolphins. 8 Pro Bowls, 5 All-Pro teams, 2 first team, 3 second team. 2-time receiving touchdowns leader, member of the 1970s All-Decade team, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1983. And then now we're on to the tight ends. Now we've got Mike Ditka. This is his 1962 Topps. Little bit of paper loss on the back, but it's no big deal. The front is definitely very good. Especially for being, what would this be, 63 years old. Played from 1961 to 1972. 2 championship rings, 5 Pro Bowls, 5 All-Pro selections, 2 first team, 3 second team. 1961 Offensive Rookie of the Year, two-time NFL Coach of the Year, and his number 89 is retired by the Bears. And he was inducted in 1988. And then next up we have Tony Gonzalez, using my 1997 Pacific Revolution, specifically because I love how the foil shines in the light. Gonzalez played from 1997 to 2013. No Super Bowl rings, but 14 Pro Bowls, 10 All-Pro selections, 6 first team, 4 second team. 2004 receptions leader, member of the 2000s All-Decade team, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2019. And then we have another guy that I do not have the rookie card of. We have Rob Gronkowski. I have older cards than this. I just wanted an excuse to mention 2018 Panini Classics again, because that is still my favorite card set of all time. Played from 2010 to 2018, retired, and then came back in 2020 and 2021. 4 Super Bowl rings, 5 Pro Bowls, 4 first-team All-Pro selections, 2011 receiving touchdowns leader, member of the 2010s All-Decade team, and will be eligible for the Hall of Fame in 2027. After Gronk, we've got John Mackey. This is his 1964 Philadelphia. Played from 1963 to 1972. 2 championship rings, 5 Pro Bowls, 3 first-team All-Pro selections, member of the 1960s All-Decade team, and was inducted in 1992. And then we have Kellen Winslow Sr. This is his 1981 Topps. Played from 1979 to 1987. 5 Pro Bowls, 4 All-Pro teams, 3 first team, 1 second team. 2-time receptions leader, 1980s All-Decade team, number 80 retired by the Chargers, and was, I believe he was not first ballot, inducted in 1995. And then we are at the O-lineman now, starting with Roosevelt Brown. This is 1956 Topps. Played from 1953 to 1965, 1 NFL championship ring, 9 Pro Bowls, 9 All-Pro selections, 6 first team, 3 second team, member of the 1950s All-Decade team, and was inducted in 1975. And we have another graded card, the 1960 Topps Forrest Gregg in a PSA 2. Played from 1956 and came back in 1958, played until 1971. 6 total championship rings, 9 Pro Bowls, 8 All-Pro teams, 7 first team, 1 second team. Was 1976 NFL Coach of the Year, member of the 1960s All-Decade team, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1977. And then we have a very fun one that I love talking about. We have the 1955 Bowman Baseball, Cal Hubbard. He is the only person who is inducted in both the Pro Football Hall of Fame and the National Baseball Hall of Fame up in Cooperstown. I believe he was inducted in Cooperstown in 1976, I believe. He was an umpire for many years, which means he is also the only Pro Football Hall of Famer to have his true rookie card in a baseball set. Jim Thorpe also has cards in baseball sets that predate what I believe is his true rookie, the 1933 Sport Kings. Those older cards, it kind of gets weird on what constitutes the true rookie card. But yeah, Cal Hubbard is the only one that is 100% fully, undoubtedly the only Pro Football Hall of Famer whose rookie card is in a baseball set. Played from 1927 to 33, came back in 1935 and 36. 4 NFL championship rings, 4 first-team All-Pro appearances, member of the 1920s All-Decade team, and was part of the inaugural class of 63. And then we have Walter Jones. So I have his 1997 Stadium Club. Played from 1997 to 2008. 9 Pro Bowls, 6 All-Pro teams, 4 first team, 2 second team. Member of the 2000s All-Decade teams. Number 71 is retired by the Seahawks. And then he was inducted first ballot in 2014. And then we have Anthony Munoz, who I've actually met before. This is his 1982 Topps. Played from 1980 to 1992. 11 Pro Bowls, 11 All-Pro selections, 9 first team, 2 second team. Member of the 1980s All-Decade team, and was inducted first ballot in 1998. And then we have Jonathan Ogden. This is his 1996 Topps. Played from 1996 to 2007, 1 Super Bowl ring, 11 Pro Bowls, 9 All-Pro teams, 4 first team, 5 second team, member of the 2000s All-Decade team, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2013. And then we have the 1973 Topps Art Shell. Played from 1968 to 1982, 2 Super Bowl rings, 8 Pro Bowls, 4 All-Pro teams, 2 first team, 2 second team. Member of the 1970s All-Decade team, and then was inducted in 1989. And then we have Larry Allen. This is his 1994 Stadium Club. 1994 Stadium Club. Played from 1994 to 2007. 1 Super Bowl ring, 11 Pro Bowls, 7 All-Pro teams, 6 first team, 1 second team. Member of the 1990s and 2000s All-Decade teams, and I believe he was first ballot in 2013. Then we have the first one that does not have a quote-unquote true rookie card. We have Dan Fortman, who's technically his rookie card would be this 1975 Fleer Immortal roll. The reason that I have the 75 as the true rookie card and not the 74 Fleer Immortal roll as his rookie card is because the 74 set is listed as an oddball set, but the 75 set, these were inserts from the Fleer Football Patches set, I believe. The 74 Patches set is listed as an oddball set, but the 75 Football Patches set is listed as a major release on Trading Card Database, which I believe would make this eligible to be his first card in a major release, which would make this his rookie card. Dan Fortman played from 1936 to 1943, 3 championship rings, 3 NFL All-Star games, 8 All-Pro selections, 6 first team, 2 second team, member of the 1930s All-Decade team, and was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 1965. And then we have John Hannah. This is his 1974 Topps. Played from 1973 to 1985. No Super Bowl rings, but 9 Pro Bowls, 10 All-Pro team selections, 7 first team, 3 second team. Member of both the 70s and 80s All-Decade teams. Number 73 is retired by the Patriots, and he was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1991. And we've got Bruce Matthews. This is 1989 Topps. Played from 1983 to 2001, 14 Pro Bowl, 9 total All-Pro teams, 7 first team, 2 second team. Member of the 1990s All-Decade team, is number 74, is retired by the Titans, and he was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 2007. And then we have Randall McDaniel. This is the 1989 Topps Traded. Played from 1988 to 2001, 12 Pro Bowls, 9 All-Pro selections, 7 first team, 2 second team. Member of the 1990s All-Decade team, and he was not first ballot, inducted in 2009. And then we have Jim Parker, Buckeye legend, 1959 Topps. Played from 1957 to 67, 2 NFL championship rings, 8 Pro Bowls, 10 All-Pro teams, 9 first team, 1 second team. Member of the 50s All-Decade Team, his number 77 is retired by the Colts, and he was inducted in first ballot in 1973. And then next up, we have 1972 Topps for Gene Upshaw's rookie. I don't think I paid $5 for this. This is on the top loader. But Gene Upshaw played from 1967 to 1981. 3 championship rings, 7 Pro Bowls or AFL All-Star Game, 11 All-Pro selections, 5 first team, 6 second team. Member of the 1970s All-Decade Team, and was inducted first ballot in 1987. And then we have Mel Hein, another one from that 1955 Topps All-American set. Mel Hein played from 1931 to 1945, 2 NFL championship rings, 4 NFL All-Star games, 8 All-Pro teams, all first team All-Pros, 8 first team All-Pro selections. Was the first NFL MVP in 1938, member of the 1930s All-Decade Team. His number 7 is retired by the Giants, and he was part of the inaugural class of '63. And then we have Jim Otto. I do not have his 1961 Topps, so this is his 1961 Fleer. And he played from 1960 to 1974. Only 1 championship ring, but 12 Pro Bowls or AFL All-Star games, 12 All-Pro teams, 10-time first team All-Pro, 2-time second team, member of the AFL All-Time Team, and was a first ballot Hall of Famer in 1980. Then we have Dwight Stevenson. This is 1984 Topps. Again, a set with many great rookie cards. Played from 1980 to 1988, 5-time Pro Bowler, 5-time All-Pro, 4 first team, 1 second team, 1980s All-Decade Team member, and was inducted in 1998. And then we have the final card for this part of the video. This will be the offense for the 100th anniversary All-Time Team. The final player in this video will be Mike Webster. This is a 1977 Topps. Played from 1974 to 1990, 4 Super Bowl rings, 9 Pro Bowls, 8 All-Pro selections, 6 first team, 2 second team, member of both the 1970s and 80s All-Decade Teams, and was inducted in 1997. So that will conclude the first part of this video. The second part will likely be uploaded at some point later today. The second part will be both the defense and the coaches. But until then, I will see you in the next video, and thank you for watching.